And there we are. Hey, greetings everybody. Spokane Steve Aquilong here. We got a game tonight. Not wearing my hat today. First, a glimpse at the setup here. Okay, I've got the crap top for the monitor, the stream, and the chat. There's the laptop. I've got the stats pulled up, of course, for the Reds and the Giants. And today's game is the Cincinnati Reds at the San Francisco Giants, the evening game. Let's go ahead and set this up. There we go. That's about how it goes. Whoops, a little too much. And I thought I'd take a moment. I printed out the score sheet from the earlier game today. Braves at Dodgers, you can see here that it takes care of my mistakes. You know, it gave Alomar the run scored when he was on the force play. I won't do this all the time. It's kind of a waste of ink and paper. But I'm having some fun with it. These are really nice. You can see these are really nice score sheets that come off of the Windows game. This was the game from earlier today. I entered it. It took me about 5 minutes to enter the game manually. Play by play, one batter at a time, and then it spits out a score sheet at the end. Again, of course, they've given... I can go in and change tomahawks to Braves and bums to Dodgers. However, since it's for stat purposes only, I didn't really see the importance of it. And there's Yankee Bob. Good evening, sir. Yeah, we got the Reds at the Braves today, the last game of April 28th. Sammy Ellis is on the mound for the Reds. He had a 5.29 ERA in real life in 36 starts, 221 innings, and the great legendary Juan Marichal. Marichal for the Giants, 25-6, 2.23 in 36 starts, 307 innings, only 228 hits allowed, 222 strikeouts. So with the two loss for Los Angeles earlier today, the Giants have a chance to pick up some ground. They come in at 9-6, Cincinnati at 4-7. Let me go to my stats here. We'll look up both Ellis and Marichal. Ellis has made 3 starts in the replay. He's 1-2 with a 6.89 ERA. He's worked 50 2/3 innings. He's surrendered 26 hits and 5 walks, so he's been cuffed around pretty good. Marichal comes in 3-0, 3 starts, 2 complete games, including a shutout. 3-0 with a 2.73 ERA, 26 1/3 innings, 20 strikeouts. Let's get some crowd noise up here. There we go. Little background noise, and I'll go over the starting lineups here with you. For the Reds, it will be Tommy Helms leading off at second base. Pete Rose is at third base, once again batting second. Vada Pinson in right field. Gordy Coleman at first base in the cleanup spot. DJ Darren Johnson hitting fifth in left field. Don Pavletic will do the catching today and bat sixth. Tommy Harper is in center. Leo Cardenas at short, and Sammy Ellis on the mound. Boy, and that's true, Bob, absolutely. But as I've said many times, for me, the 3 legendary pitchers of the 60s were those 3 guys. And when I say legendary, I'm not overstating it one bit. There were a lot of other great pitchers in the era, but those 3 guys, at least a head, if not head and shoulders above the crowd. Here's the Giants lineup. Don Landrum's in center field leading off. It's a day off for Willie Mays. Jim Davenport's at shortstop. Willie McCovey moves up to the 3 spot at first base. Jim Ray Hart at third base hits 4th. Tom Haller, the catcher, bats 5th. Ollie Brown will be in right field. Len Gabrielson's in left field today, hitting 7th. Hal Lanier at second base. And Marichal, the pitcher, of course, bats 9th. So an evening game as I try to fulfill my promise to play a few more games every week. Not a lot more, but I started thinking, man, this is looking like a 5-year project. Not that I'm trying to rush it, because I'm not concerned with that, but thinking about, maybe a vacation in the spring. That could slow things down. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, the Giants take the field. Marichal getting loose on the mound. Here's Tommy Helms now, standing in from the right side. Roll up my sleeves a bit here. I don't like sleeves when I'm rolling the dice. And there's Franklin Long. Welcome, Franklin. And yes, indeed, Bob Hart finished up in 73 as a Yankee. So here's Helms standing in. Marichal gets the sign from Haller. Here's the windup. Big leg kick. First pitch of the day. That's a 6-8 to the right-hander. Tapper down to third base. Hart has it. Throws him out, and there's one away. And we are underway. And here's Pete Rose now, Pistol Pete, batting lefty against Marichal. Marichal with the windup. Here's the pitch to Rose at the 5-8 to the left-hander. Fly ball into center. Landrum drifting over. He's got it, and there's 2 away. 2 down, and Veda Pinson comes to the plate. Marichal gets his sign from Haller now. Big leg kick. Here's the pitch. It's a 5-7 to the lefty. Swung on and missed strike 3. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Marichal. Down go the Reds in the first. We played a half here in Candlestick. Reds nothing. Giants coming to bat. And here's Sammy Ellis now. Oh, I forgot to mention the stats of the players. We'll come around the second time. I can tell you that Landrum has played very sparingly so far. He's been in 6 games, but he's 0 for 2. Only 2 at-bats, scored a run. So Landrum has been used primarily as a defensive replacement in left field to this point in the replay, but he gets the start today in center. Sammy Ellis gets the sign from Pavlevic. Here's the windup and the pitch to Landrum. That's going to be a 5-6 to the lefty, a single to 6, and on a 4, that's down for a single. Just past the outstretched glove of Coleman. And Landrum is aboard to lead off the bottom of the first. Landrum not a threat to steal. He's a 1-14 runner. And here's Jim Davenport now, a right-handed hitter. Ellis from the stretch. Pitch to Davenport at the 3-8 right-handed. Homer to 8. High fly ball to left field. Johnson going back to the track to the wall. It's gone. Jim Davenport. Holy cow, a 2-run shot by Jim Davenport. He does have end power, by the way. Let's take a look at it again. It's a 3-8 right-handed. Homer to 8. The roll is a 7. And Davenport just does clear the fence with that one. And it is 2-0 San Francisco. For Jim Davenport, boy, I'd have to guess that's his first home run of the year. And it sure is. He came in hitting .318. No home runs, 2 RBIs. So he just doubled his RBI output for the season with 1 swing of the bat. And greetings, Larry Harris. Welcome, sir. Just getting started here. Here's the Big Mac, Willie McCovey. Sammy Ellis into the windup. Pitch to McCovey is a 5-5 to the lefty. He struck him out. So McCovey down on strikes. 1 down, and here's Jim Ray Hart. Hart comes in leading the team in batting at .368, just ahead of Willie Mays at .361. Hart 5 home runs, 11 RBIs. Ellis into the windup. And we got a dice on the floor. That'll be a re-roll as Hart fouls one off. Ellis gets the sign. Now the windup. Next pitch to Hart is a 4-2 to the righty. It's a tapper down to third base. Rose has it. Over to Coleman, 2 down. And with 2 away, Tom Haller will be the batter. Haller comes in hitting .263. No homers, 2 RBIs. Haller, however, does have 3 triples. That's fascinating. He hit 2 in real life. He already has 3 triples in the replay. How about that for stats? And you betcha, Bob, that's all the runs Marichal needs. Ellis the windup now. The pitch to Haller is a 6'10 catcher's card X. That's going to be Pavletic, a 4E13, and here's the roll on the play. Pavletic not known for his glove, but on a pop out, he makes the catch on that one. 2X. Side retired, but the Giants erupt for 2 runs on a 2-run Jim Davenport home run. And after an inning of play, they lead it 2-0. Marichal now staked to a 2-run lead. Ho ho! Yeah, exactly. Gordy Coleman to lead off for the Reds in the second. Coleman comes in batting a mere 136. 1 home run, 3 runs batted in. You'd have to say he's been a disappointment for Cincinnati in the cleanup spot to this point in the season. Marichal gets the sign from Haller. Here's the windup and the pitch to Coleman, a 3-6. He taps it down to shortstop. Davenport has it, throws him out, 1 down. DJ coming up now, Darren Johnson. Johnson comes in hitting .229 with 3 home runs and 8 runs batted in. Marichal gets his sign. The pitch to DJ, a 6-4 to the right-hander. Fly to center field X. That will be Landrum, a 3E12. Drifting to the gap. Here's the play on an 18. He tracks it down in the gap. 2 away. So Johnson flies out 8X, 2 down, and here's Pavletic. Pavletic in the lineup for his bat, not his glove, a 4+2 E13. Overthrow 1 through 14. Marichal into the windup. And here's the pitch on a 1-4. Comebacker, Marichal's got it. Tosses it over to McCovey. 3 up, 3 down for Cincinnati. Just getting started here, folks. Crack a beer, or I've got a cup of hot tea. That's right, I finally got coffeeed out for the day. And as Ellis gets ready to work, it's going to be Brown, Gabrielson, and Lanier for San Francisco. Ellis gets his sign now. Here's the windup. And the pitch to downtown Brown is a 3-3, and he draws the walk. So a leadoff walk to Ollie Brown, not a threat to steal. Solid 1 through 14 base runner, however. And here's Len Gabrielson now. Gabrielson also in the lineup for his bat rather than his glove, as you can see for yourself right there. Ellis from the stretch now. The pitch to Len Gabrielson, a 4-11 to the left-hander. It's a high fly ball to deep right field. Bat goes, pins into the track to the wall, and just does make the catch, pinned up against the wall. Let's take another look at that one. 4-11 left-handed, homer to 14 on a 15. Holy cow, he just missed jacking it out of here. And there's 1 out. So Gabrielson gave it a ride, but it's just allowed out to Pinson. And here's Hal Lanier now. Ellis from the stretch. On a 4-10 to the righty. Grounder to third base B. That'll be a forced play. Rose to Helms, and that's all they'll get. 5-3 force. Lanier to first, and with 2 down, Marichal will be the hitter. Marichal can handle the bat. He's a 4 with end power. As Ellis comes set, here's the pitch from the stretch. It's a 1-8 swung on and missed, strike 3. Down goes Marichal, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, 1 left on. We've played 2 here at the stick. It's Giants 2, Reds nothing. Marichal looking absolutely dominating so far. 6 up, 6 down. And the bottom of the Reds order will come to bat in the third. That's Harper, Cardenas, and Ellis. I'm going to have a little sip of my tea. In fact, I'm going to add just a touch of honey to this, as I'm still struggling with the froggy throat a little bit. And heck, a little shot of lemon juice too. Might as well do it all. Ah, there we go. Here's Harper now. Tommy Harper comes into the game. What's his average at? Where's Harper? Oh my God, Harper's been just awful so far. 0.95. He's 4 for 45. 5 runs scored, no homers, 3 RBIs. Marichal into the windup. The pitch to Harper on a 3-10. It's a grounder to third. Hart has it. Throws across to McCovey, 1 away. And that will bring up Leo Cardenas. Cardenas comes into the game hitting .211, 3 home runs and 7 RBIs, however. Marichal comes set. Now the big leg kick and the pitch. 1-8, tapper down to shortstop. That's Davenport. Scoops it up cleanly. Throws to McCovey. And quickly there are 2 away in the third. And here's Ellis now. Ellis, a left-handed hitter. 1W. Here's the pitch on a 3-11. Fly ball to center. Lazy fly ball. Landrum settling under it. And it's 9 up, 9 down for Cincinnati against Juan Marichal. Still 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the third. Here's Landrum to lead things off, left-handed hitter. Ellis into the windup. The pitch is a 4-4. That's a grounder to shortstop X. That'll be Cardenas. Cardenas very smooth at a 2E16 as he moves into the hole. Here's the play on an 11. That will be the E range. A 5, that's always trouble on an E16, and sure enough, he boots it. Error Cardenas, and Landrum is aboard. So an E6, error on Cincinnati, and Landrum's on first base with nobody out. And here's Jim Davenport, of course, his 2-run homer, representing all the scoring so far. Davenport came into the game hitting a cool .318, right-handed batter. From the stretch, here's the pitch from Ellis. On a 2-9, that's the grounder to short. That's going to be 2. Cardenas to Helms to Coleman. Double play. So the 6-4-3, 2 down. And that'll bring up Willie McCovey. McCovey struck out his first time up. McCovey hitting .315. 6 home runs, 12 runs batted in. And here's the pitch from Ellis. On a 6-4 to the lefty, a fly to center field X. That's going to be Harper. Harper, a 3E2 in center. And here's the roll on the play. On a 6, he can't get it. That's going to be a base hit for McCovey. So McCovey, a 2-out single. He's aboard, and Jim Ray Hart will be the batter. Hart grounded out to third in the first. Man on first, 2 down from the stretch. Here's the pitch. It's a 5-9. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Ellis strikes out Hart, and that's his 3rd K of the ball game. No runs, a hit, 1 left. We've played 3. It's still a 2-0 ball game. I want to thank everybody for joining me here on the unannounced evening game. Well, I guess I did kind of announce it on the earlier game. What I mean is it wasn't posted yesterday as an upcoming stream. Okay, Marischal getting loose for the fourth. It'll be the top of the order for the Reds, Helms, Rose, and Pinson. Helms hitting 154 on the season, no home runs, 1 RBI. Slow start for Tommy. Marischal gets the sign from Howler. Here's the pitch. It's a 6-8 to the righty, grounder down to third. That's Jim Ray Hard. He's been busy down there today. He gloves it cleanly. Throws to McCovey, 1 away. And that will bring up Rose. Let's check Rose's numbers on the season. Rose comes into the game hitting .283, 4 runs scored, 1 home run, 4 RBIs. Marischal with the windup now. The pitch to Pete Rose is a 6-9 to the lefty. That's a grounder to shortstop X. That will be Davenport. Davenport, a 3E31. As he ranges to his left behind the bag now. Here's the play. On a 14, he's got it. Throws him out 2 away. 6-3X. Rose is retired. 2 away. And here's Veda Pinson. Pinson, a favorite of mine. I neglected to mention his stats coming into the game. He's leading the Reds in hitting at .310. He's got 2 home runs and 5 RBIs. Marischal now with a big leg kick and the pitch. That's a 1-5. Struck him out. And Marischal has been perfect through 4. Reds go down in order. As we go to the bottom of the 4th, it's still a 2-0 game, and this game moving very briskly. Both pitchers on their game today. Ellis grooved one in there to Davenport, but other than that, he's been very good. It'll be Howler, Brown, and Gabrielson for the Giants. Howler comes in batting .263 with a pair of RBIs. He does not have a home run yet. Ellis gets the sign from Pavletic. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a 5-6 to the lefty. Single to 6, but on an 11, that liner is going to find the glove of Gordy Coleman. Line out to first base, 1 away. That'll bring up Ollie Downtown Brown. Brown, 286 and 21 at-bats. He's played in 6 games. 2 runs batted in, no home runs. Ellis into the windup. And here's the pitch on a 6-11 to the righty. That's a base hit into left field for Ollie Brown. So Brown strokes a line drive single into left. And he's been on both times today. He walked in the second. And here's a Len Gabrielson. Gabrielson, who almost hit one out of here in the second. Ellis from the stretch now. Here's the pitch. It's a 6-10 to the lefty. That's catcher's card X. That's going to be Pavletic, a 4E13. And here's the roll on the play. On a 15, it will be a pass ball and foul out. So pass ball charge to Pavletic will allow Brown to scoot into second. And then the foul out for the second out of the inning. And it will be up to Hal Lanier with a runner in scoring position and 2 down. Lanier came into the game hitting .227. No home runs, 2 ribbies. Ellis from the stretch. That's a 1-4, fly to right field. Routine for Veda Pinson, who cruises under it and puts it away to retire the side. No runs, a hit, a man left. 4 innings in the books here at Candlestick, and it's Giants 2, Reds nothing. And Marischal's been absolutely dominating through 4 as he takes the mound in the 5th. Gordy Coleman will lead it off for the Reds. Darren Johnson on deck. Coleman grounded out to short his first time up. Marichal gets the sign from Howler. Now the big leg pitch on the pitch. 3-8 against the righty. A tapper down to first base. McCovey to his right. He's got it. Underhands to Marichal covering. One down. And here's DJ. Flew out to center his first time up. Marichal into his windup now. The pitch to Johnson, a 6-4, right-handed fly to center field X. That's going to be Landrum, a 3E12. Ranging to his left. The roll on the play is a 14, and he makes a fine running catch for the out. Nice play, Don Landrum, filling in center for Willie Mays today. And with 2 away, it will be Don Pavletic. Pavletic tapped back to the mound his first time up. Marichal, the windup. There's the pitch. It's a 4-10 to the righty. Fly to left field and shallow. Charging in is Gabrielson. Still coming. He's there to make the catch. And another 1-2-3 inning for Marichal. 15 up and 15 down. 1-2-3 go the Reds in the 5th. Those 2 runs looking like 8 right now to Cincinnati, as Marichal will lead things off in the bottom of the 5th. Ellis gets the sign from Pavletic. Now here's the windup and the pitch. 6-5 to the right-hander, fly to left field, playable for Darren Johnson. He's there, and there's one away. Top of the order, Don Landrum, 1 for 2. Ellis gets his sign, now the windup. The pitch to Landrum is a 5-9 to the left-hander, swung on and missed, strike 3. Landrum down on strikes. The 4th K of the game for Sammy Ellis. And with 2 away, Jim Davenport will come to the plate. Two down, nobody on. Ellis getting his sign. Here's the windup and the pitch to Davenport. 6-7 to the right-hander. Double to 10 on a 16. That will be a long single for Jim Davenport. So Jim Davenport, a 2-out single. He's 2 for 3 today. His 2-run homer still represents all of the scoring in the game so far. And here's the Big Mac, Willie McCovey, 1 for 2. Davenport takes his lead. Ellis a glance over there. Now from the stretch. The pitch to Stretch is a 2-5. Struck him out. So twice today, Ellis has fanned McCovey. That will do it for the Giants. No runs to hit, they leave a man. We've played 5 at the stick, 2-0 San Francisco. But the real story here is Marichal. And I'm not going to say anything, but you guys can read a score sheet. Here's Harper. Bottom of the order for the Reds. Harper will lead it off. Cardenas on deck. Here's the windup and the pitch to Tommy Harper. On a 6-6, fly to center field. Easy play for Landrum. Camps under it now and makes the catch, 1 away. Leo Cardenas will be the batter. He's 0 for 1. Marichal, the big windup. And the pitch, a 4-9 to the right. He swung on and missed, strike 3. Cardenas frozen on a letter-high fastball. And that's only the 3rd K for Marichal, surprisingly. He's been absolutely dominant nonetheless. And here's Ellis now, a left-handed batter. Here's Marichal's pitch to the pitcher on a 2-5, swung on and missed, strike 3. Another 1-2-3 inning for the great Juan Marichal. Holy cow, what a treat. This is a lot of fun. As the Giants come to bat in the bottom of the sixth, it will be Hart, Haller, and Brown. Excuse me. Trying to clear my throat a little. Oh, yeah. I'm in a much better frame of mind than yesterday. Yesterday I had to go for a CT scan, and I came back today with a clean bill of health. So I am happy and relieved. The old aqualungs are still functioning, apparently. So here's Ellis now, ready to work to Jim Ray Hart, the windup. The pitch is a 3-6 against the righty. A triple to 2 on a 14. That will be a long single for Jim Ray Hart, and he's aboard to lead off the sixth. Hart not a threat to steal. And here's Tom Haller. Haller 0 for 2 today. Sixth inning, his first inning of endurance for Ellis. He's an S6. I assume Marischal's a 9. You better believe it. And we will have activity now down in the Cincinnati bullpen. I can't see who's throwing down there. Appears to be a lefty and a righty, though. Time will tell. We'll have to see. As here's Haller. Man on first, nobody out. Ellis from the stretch. And here's the pitch on a 1-5. He walks him. Hart goes down to second. First and second, nobody out. And here's Brown. And now we can see it's Gary Arrigo and Jack Balshin down there in the Cincinnati pen. As Ollie Brown steps to the plate. 1 for 1 with a walk. Ellis getting his sign now. From the stretch, here's the pitch. It's a 2-9. Struck him out. So Ellis fans Brown for the first out of the inning, tongue-tied there. And here's Gabrielson. Gabrielson hit that towering fly ball to right in the second. Fouled out to the catcher in the fourth. Ellis from the stretch. And here's the pitch to Gabrielson. It's a 4-5. Grounder to shortstop X. That could be 2. That's Cardenas, a 2E16. And here's the roll on the play. On a 14, that's going to be a ground ball C. So runners will advance. Cardenas can only get the 1 out. Hart takes third, Haller into second. And with 2 away, it'll be up to Hal Lanier. Thoughts of putting him on. Marischal's a decent hitting pitcher, though, and Lanier really not that much of a threat. 231 in real life. Yeah, it looks like he was even a little better against left-handers. So second and third, 2 down. Here's Lanier. Ellis is going to pitch to him. The windup on the pitch is a 2-7. Swung on and missed strike 3, excuse me. Struck him out, so Ellis gets out of the jam. No runs to hit, 2 left on. We've played 6, and it's still 2-0. And Franklin Long points out there have been 322 no-hitters in Major League Baseball history. How many perfect games, Franklin? Since you brought that up, that's the obvious follow-up question. Top of the order for Cincinnati in the 7th. Here's Tommy Helms to lead things off as Marischal gets his sign from Haller. Big leg kick now. Here's the pitch on a 3-8. Grounder to shortstop. Landrum charging in on that. Davenport charging in on that. He's got it on the run. Throws him out 1 away. And Mike C's in the house. Welcome, Mike. Yeah, it takes a while. You got to get the commuter flight or, well, not enough time to drive it, really. A beautiful drive, though. Don't even get me started on that. Holy cow, I want to do that again this spring. The scenic Highway 1 in California I'm talking about. And if you've never done it, I don't care where you live. That's a bucket list road trip for sure. And take your time. It's 90 miles, basically, from San Simeon to Carmel. And you should really spend about 6 to 8 hours covering that 90 miles. If you're taking in everything there is to see along the way. 1 hour, and here's Rose. Marischal, the windup. The pitch to Pete, a 4-10 to the lefty. Shallow fly into center field. Charging his Landrum. Still coming. He's there. Shoestring catch. Nice job, Landrum. 2 down, and here's Pinson. Pinson struck out twice today. Marischal into the windup. Pitch to Veda Pinson, a 1-6, a tapper down to first. McCovey has it. He'll take it himself. And it's another 1-2-3 inning for Juan Marischal. We've got 7 people in the chat witnessing one hell of a game by the Dominican dandy. And Marischal himself will lead off in the bottom of the 7th. 4 in, right-handed batter. Ellis with the pitch on a 2-11, a fly ball into right field. Lazy fly ball for Veda Pinson. He camps under it and makes the catch for the out. And Jack Brooks is here as well. Welcome, Jack. Got a lot of the same fellas from the afternoon game. And Mike's never been. He's been to Vegas. I'm thinking about snowbirding there next winter. You can get some really good flight and room accommodations. Even B&Bs, like Verbo or Airbnb. 1 out, and here's Landrum. Ellis into the windup. That's going to be a 4-8 to the left-hander. Struck him out. And that's twice Ellis has fanned Landrum today. And here's Jim Davenport with 2 away and nobody on. Ellis gets his sign. Here's the windup. Pitch to Davenport is 6-7 to the right. He gets a double to 10 on a 1. That's going to be down into the gap. Davenport rounding. He will cruise into second with a stand-up double. And look at that. Jim Davenport, a homer, a single, and a double. He's 3 for 4 today. Davenport would be vying for the Chiefs Spokane Gary Player of the Game if it weren't for a certain man on the mound. And here's McCovey with 2 down, and they're going to put him on. They're not even going to mess around. Intentional walk to McCovey. And that will bring up Hart with 2 down. One more hitter walk will fatigue Ellis. The intentional walk, of course, does not count. Ellis from the stretch. The pitch to Hart on a 4-7. Fly to center field. Harper camping under it now, and that will retire the side. No runs, a hit, 2 left on. We go to the 8th. Giants 2, Reds nothing. And let's take a look at the bench here for the Giants. What did they do here in real life? I know Schofield came in for defense, but I don't think he came in at short. Did he come in at third? No, he pinch ran. No, actually, that's the wrong game. I take that back. Sorry, guys. This is the April 28th game. Schofield came in for Hart And Davenport moved to third. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. Hart with his 4E30. He's coming out. Schofield's going to go in and play shortstop. Dick Schofield at short. He is a 3E56 at short. And Davenport will move to third base, where he's a 2E32. And I know he didn't start the game. Maybe I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to pull Gabrielson and put Willie Mays in center. One E8 minus 4. Landrum will move to left. I think he's a 2. No, he's a 3E12. He's still the same rating in left. And that'll be all the changes. Willie Mays comes into center. Landrum slides over to left field. Schofield replaces Hart and plays shortstop. Davenport slides over to third base. That's a good question, Mike, but that's what they did in real life here. That's the main reason I did it. And it does make them quite a bit better at third base. Hart's the one you're worried about with that 4E30 down there. Okay, we're ready to go to the 8th. We'll see how it plays out. It will be Coleman, Johnson, and Pavletic for Cincinnati. Marichal gets the sign from Haller, the windup. The pitch to Coleman on a 3-5 single into center field. Oh, crap. And that's the first hit of the day for Cincinnati. Gordy Coleman's aboard, and here's Darren Johnson. So all that maneuvering. And on a 3-5, or is it? Hang on a second. No, it's a 5-5. I beg your pardon. Let's take another look. Sorry about that, guys. Replay time. This could be critical here. Replay review, I think it's a 5-5 unless the dice moved. Okay, there's Coleman. Here's the roll. No, it's a 3-5. It was a 3-5. So it's a clean single for Coleman. I must have moved the dice. Doesn't hurt to be sure, though, especially in this game. And here's Darren Johnson. Marichal for the first time today from the stretch. The pitch to DJ is a 6-5 to the right. He pops him up on the left side. Schofield under it. Infield fly rule in effect, and there's one down. And here's Pavletic. Pavletic 0 for 2. From the stretch. That's a 6-7 to the right. He grounded to shortstop, and that's going to be 2. It's Schofield to Lanier to McCovey. 6-4-3 double play, and that will end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left. And the shutout is still intact, if not the no-hitter. A 1-hitter for the great Juan Marichal. And surprising to me is that Sammy Ellis is still in the game. It looked to me like he was about ready to get knocked out there in the 6th inning. She took a perfect game into the 8th, Mike C. What a performance, and I'm so glad that you guys were here to see it. Mike, Jack, Glenn, Yankee Bob, Franklin Long. I really want to thank you guys. You made it special. Ellis getting ready to work to Tommy Harper now in the bottom of the 8th. No, it's not Tommy Harper. What am I doing? It's Tom Haller leading off the bottom of the 8th. That's because it happens, I get distracted. All right, get your head in the game, Steve. Here's Haller to lead it off. 0 for 2 with a walk. Ellis into the windup now. He pitched to Tom Haller, a 6-6 to the lefty, and he walks him, ball 4. A leadoff walk to Haller. And now, ball should have sat down, and Billy McCool has joined Arrigo in the pen. And the batter will be Ollie Downtown Brown. 1 for 2, singled and walked. Ellis from the stretch. Pitch to Brown is a 5-7, swung on and missed strike 3. And Ellis fans Brown for the second time today. And here's Willie Mays. Runner on first, 1 out. From the stretch now. The pitch to the Say Hey Kid, a 3-10, a grounder to third base. That's going to be 2. Rose has it to Tommy Helms to Coleman. 5-4-3 double play. No runs, no hits, no one left on. And it comes down to this. We go to the 9th inning, the Giants holding a 2-run lead, and Marichal carrying a 1-hit shutout. Damn near a perfect game. And he still faced the minimum thanks to the double play. Into the 9th he goes, and it's the bottom of the order. Harper, Cardenas, and the pitcher's spot. I want to thank everybody for joining me this evening. Once again, I do appreciate it. Here's Tommy Harper now as Marichal goes into the windup. Big leg kick, and here's the pitch on a 5-5 to the righty. Swung on and missed strike 3. And that's 2, 4. Is that right? 1, 2, 4. 5 strikeouts for Juan. And here's Leo Cardenas. 1 away. Reds trail by 2. Here's the windup and the pitch. On a 4-6 with a double to 3, but on a 16, that's going to be an easy play for Willie Mays in center. And the Reds are down to their final out, and they'll send up a pinch hitter for Ellis. And Art Shamsky played in this game in real life, and that's good enough for me. It'll be Art Shamsky. Art Shamsky pinch hitting for Ellis. 2 down, nobody on. Marichal stares in to get his sign now. The big leg kick and the pitch to Shamsky. 4-12, tapper to first base X. That's going to be McCovey. 3E25. Here's the roll on the play. On a 5, he makes the play, stops, underhands to Marichal covering, and that's the ball game. Oh my God. What a game by Juan Marichal. Holy cow. Oh my God, thank you, Bob. Standing ovation for Marichal, who quite obviously is your Chief Spokane Gary player of the game. Marichal, with the win, becomes only the second 4-game winner in the replay. He's 4-0. Ellis, the hard luck loser, drops to 1-3. That was Ellis's best game of the season so far. And 2-0 is the final. Look at that line for Marichal. 1 hit, no walks. 5 Ks. Ellis, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. He walked 4, one of them intentionally. Struck out 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. So Ellis, with his finest game of the season, gave up a 2-run homer to Jim Davenport in the very first inning, and nothing after that. What a beautiful 1960s ball game. I hear you, Glenn. God, I was rooting for it, and I know you guys were too. Giants 2 runs on 7 hits, no errors. The Reds had no runs on 1 hit. They made an error, and that's the story from Candlestick, as the Giants shut out the Reds 2-0, a 1-hit shutout from Juan Marichal, in which he faced the minimum. 27 batters. What a frickin' game. It's the game of the year so far in the replay, without a doubt. And this one's good. This score sheet's going to be saved. After I enter it into the Windows game, of course. Tomorrow at 1 p.m., we're going to move on to April 29th on the schedule. And the first game up is the Houston Astros at the Atlanta Braves. And that's going to pit Barry Latman for the Astros against Denny LeMaster for the Braves. And we just saw the Braves today. You'll see them again tomorrow. It looks like they've got the bats warming up now. So please join me for that. In the meantime, Spokane Steve, thanking you all for being here. Take it easy, guys, and have a very pleasant evening. Take care now.